remember late nights, pissy hallways, driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like a light bulb. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas never cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll. And waiting on fate for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust them out where the light go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. There's music on my neck. Raise your water bottle, diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club. If you ran up with us, then your credit's full. Gotta be psycho. I'm talking 850 a bus. See you run up your power when you make niggas balance on sight books. They know they not much for good. And my man shoot your block, I'ma send his ass far as the fight go. Ain't worried about ducking the judge. Keep running for your bitches, cause any minute Repo might show. You know that shit up in the month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling him maestro. Cause time that heavy can crush. When you pay a nigga back like it's layaway, whispering die slow. The last word you hear in the trunk. You don't know what I know. You ain't see what I saw. You ain't been where
Happy Wednesday, happy Monday.
So strong you gotta back it with one eye. I shoot it through you inside out. I heard the fans turn the cream inside out. Front niggas let the inside out. First press jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out. Get a Glock 27 fit snug in the waistline. I was 5'6", shoulder
nice 80 degree day in Baltimore City. At 9:20 in the morning. What up, Jabbar?
My brick walk was second to none. I would have to take a number like DMV. That was the baseline. Check out for register one. Miami niggas like big perm, cause they numbers was face on. Cuban show me nothing but love. When it come down to it, every string of bell just needs an on. Who won't sweep it under the rug? On the road with a low nigga break line. I do with a place line. I don't keep the gun in my favorite song in the tight with the running lights on in the daytime. Cause K9 sniff on the hands 3 and 9 on crossing the state line. Dumb diddy, dumb.
Why did I just jump to my fucking AirPods? What the hell? Hold on, y'all. There we go.
With a fetty so strong you gotta back it with one eye. I shoot it to you inside out. I heard the feds turn the crib inside out.
So I'm headed to the docks. I'm headed to the docks. I don't know if it's working with my father though. Oh man, he did call me today. I'm shocked he ain't had nothing for me to do this week. Usually he got like a fly bread or something for me to do, where I might take off my normal job and go knock that shit out. That's always quick, fast, easy money. Anyway, guys, what's up, Sleepy? You hear the system? I need a better one in here for real. This is the stock system that come in this car. You know what I mean? Anyway. So, to distract from the Epstein shit, they done reopened the motherfucking Russia collusion. I'm like, the fuck is it new for us to fucking learn it now? But people eating this shit up. I'm like, yo, what is there new to learn? We already know what happened, right? I done covered it ad nauseum, right? About the Russia collusion thing. I done covered the hell. I told you guys how this shit worked. I told you guys step by step how this shit went down. I was even on the Griff report, you know, now Hotep Jesus Live. I even came on that and told y'all exactly how that shit went. I told y'all exactly how that shit went, y'all. Right? You ate the stock system in the shed? You know what I mean? So we're going to do a quick recap on this shit, y'all. We're going to do a quick recap on this shit, bro. Boom. What's up, y'all? So check it. We're gonna make it quick, right? Because I got some shit to do when I get to work. First off, before I even get started, one in the chat, make sure y'all can hear me. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. So I'm gonna reiterate and tell you exactly what you're gonna hear on the news for this fucking shit. Good time to buy XRP. Price dropped before it exploded. I got me some XRP. I bought XRP a while back because I seen it. Appreciate it. All right, that's what's up. So let's get it. 2016, Trump is the candidate. He's a prime candidate. He is the Republican candidate running against Hillary Clinton for the presidential election. Trump is out here saying shit that people been thinking but won't say. He is becoming the fucking darling of the fucking right, and a lot of people on the left are thinking he making sense. Hillary's campaign, the DNC, all of the powers that be over there start to panic. So what happens? They start looking for opposition research. They want to start throwing more dirt on Trump's name. They want to attribute him to some foreign country, trying to make it seem like he's being treasonous. Okay? So, two things happen in this time span. The first thing that happens is that Obama unilaterally has Trump Tower wiretap. Now, he didn't go through no FISA court. He didn't go and get a warrant to do this tap. He did this shit illegally under the radar. All right? Unbeknownst to Trump, because he didn't know at the time. So they got Trump Tower wiretap because they want to find some dirt on Trump. They want to see what the fuck he talking about, what's going on. Completely illegal what they did. Completely illegal, violating the Fourth Amendment, Donald Trump, right? We'll say allegedly right now. We'll say allegedly. Allegedly. Okay? Say allegedly. Next thing that happens is that Hillary Clinton goes and she solicits a dossier from Michael Steele. That's why it's called the famous Steele dossier. Now, this Steele dossier, when you read it, it sounds completely outrageous. Trump getting pissed on by fucking Russian fucking ballerinas or some shit like that. And some more outrageous shit, just to kind of link him to Russia, right? What happens is that Trump wins the election, right? All of that smear campaign they tried didn't work. Trump wins the election. So guess what happens? Obama and his DOJ, the people in his orbit, the Clintons, they all fucking panic. They all fucking panic. All right? You know why they panic? Because Trump is now going to be the president of the United States. He will find out that they illegally wiretapped him. The funny part is they didn't expect, allegedly, Mike Rogers. Mike Rogers was the former deputy director of the CIA to spill the beans. Mike Rogers allegedly spills the beans and says, hey, Obama and the DOJ wiretap Trump Tower. This is when you start to hear he tries to say that none of that happened and that he's just being a wild-eyed conspiracy theorist and all this other stuff. No, Trump knew that Trump Tower was wiretapped because Mike Rogers, allegedly, the deputy director of the CIA, told him. Okay, this was after the election. Trump is now president-elect. Wait, Mike Rogers told him about 12 days after the election, they had to build a skiff. They needed a secure place to talk. Told Trump they tapped you. That's when Trump moved his entire campaign to Bedminster, New Jersey, if you guys don't remember that. What's up, Sauce? Yeah, Hunter Biden rebranded. This nigga rebranded. Everybody trying to rebrand, yo. And you see, like, you see these podcasts they going on. I don't care what nobody say, yo. You see them going in these podcasts. I don't think all these podcasts are just opportunists. I think these podcasts have been bought and paid for, and they are now just as much a part of the digital Mockingbird media. But we'll talk about that another day. Anyway, so what happened is, because they're so panicked that they're going to get found out that the wiretap was illegal, they have to now backtrack and make the wiretaps legal, make them justified. So what do? They take that same Steele dossier, and then they need to justify the Steele dossier. So what do? They got to find somebody in Trump's orbit, which I think he was a plant. It's just me. They got to find somebody in Trump's orbit who they can pin some kind of foreign nefarious dealings, right? So they find Carter Page. Now, Carter Page was a part of Trump's campaign team, but Carter Page also helped the CIA on some stings with some Russian oligarchs. Okay, he was a CIA asset, Carter Page. The thing about it is, when the DOJ did an inquiry on Carter Page, the CIA sent a letter saying, or a memo saying, that Carter Page was one of their assets and that he was working with them on it was a sting on Russian oligarchs. He wasn't actually dealing with them. He was doing it on behalf of the United States of America. They can't use that shit, right? Because, oh shit, the guy that we want to use to justify these wiretaps that we just put on Trump Tower, he's a fucking government asset. So what happens? A guy by the name of Kevin Kleinsmith. Remember these names, guys. Remember these names. A guy by the name of Kevin Kleinsmith, okay? A guy by the name of Kevin Kleinsmith. He was an FBI lawyer. He alters the memo from the CIA. Basically, the CIA said, yeah, Carter Page is an asset of the United States government that worked alongside us. Basically, Carter Page is not an asset working alongside us for the United States government. So it could look like Carter Page was legit a foreign agent for Russia. Right? So when they did that, they can do what's called the two-hop rule. So basically what the two-hop rule is that they get a warrant on Carter Page, right? They get a warrant on Carter Page, and anybody that Carter Page talks to, they can then get a warrant, or they can then wiretap them as well. So because Carter Page was a part of Trump's team for a campaign, they could spy on Trump. So Carter Page called Trump on the phone. Now Trump's in the orbit of Carter Page. Now they can spy on Carter Page. I told y'all about this two-hop rule when we was talking about this shit a few years ago. Everybody wanted to tell me that I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Here we are. So they just needed that low level 6 degrees of separation. That's it. So when Carter Page is talking to Trump Jr., Carter Page is talking to Trump, they can tap Trump. So now they have justification for wiretapping Trump. Now they can link Trump to Russia, astroturf wise, because they astroturfed the fuck out of that. Now they can link Trump to Russia using Carter Page as the jumping off point, because that's exactly what happened. Poof pow, Russia collusion, the Russia hoax was born. Now to solidify this, and so they can be like, well, you know, this isn't, Trump's not directly involved, blah, 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 blah. They have a Trump Tower meeting. Okay, y'all remember the infamous Trump Tower meeting? The Trump Tower meeting was with a girl named Natasha Veselnitskaya. All right. She met with Trump Jr. and somebody else. I think it was Carter Page. I can't remember. It was with, maybe it was Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. I can't remember who she met with, but it was the famous Trump Tower meeting. Then everybody started to associate that. That solidified the Russia collusion when, oh, he's meeting with a Russian national. They're meeting a Russian national at Trump Tower, right? This is when they tried to pull Eric Trump into it and Donald Trump Jr. into it. Come to find out, Natasha Veselnitskaya's visa was sponsored by none other than the Clinton Foundation. Sponsored by none other than the Clinton Foundation. So Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation allegedly will say, oh my God, they gotta fix these roads, yo. Jesus Christ. I thought I was about to have 4 flat just now. Anyway, so Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation allegedly sponsored this visa, set up this fake meeting so they can make it look like they were meeting with Russian agents to circumvent the 2016 election. The entire Russia collusion hoax was set up to run cover for Barack Obama. The entire Russia collusion hoax was set up to run cover for Barack Obama for spying on Trump as a candidate illegally. That's what it was born from. So when they spied on Trump and he won anyway, they knew they was going to get found out, so they had to reach in their fucking pocket and pull out another fucking lie and another fucking collusion and another fucking hoax to cover for Barack Obama's initial spying on Trump. That's what happened. That's what happened. Joe Biden wasn't the only big guy. Obama initiated the wiretaps. Obama approved the wiretaps to help Hillary Clinton win in hopes of getting more dirt on Trump if they had Trump Tower wiretap to justify the Steele dossier. And when Trump won, they said, holy shit, we're in trouble, because what if he finds out that we fucking spied on him? And it was illegally. They had to come up with a premise and a basis, and they had to come up with something to justify the spying, so it didn't look like they were violating his Fourth Amendment, and they didn't look like they were committing treason. That's where it came from, y'all. That's why Obama's in trouble. This shit came out back in 2017, 2018. Was it 2018? 2019, somewhere around there. All of this shit came out. Everything that they're reporting right now, this shit was already out. Whether you was listening to Glenn Simpson, whether you was listening to George Papadopoulos, another one who they tried to implicate, they kind of solidified a Russia collusion shit. George Papadopoulos was over in some Eastern country, and he was paid a visit by somebody. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, the person was an agent for the DNC. Gave it to his lawyer. He left the money over in whatever fucking country he was in. I can't remember the country he was in. Gave it to his lawyer. Right? Left it for his lawyer. And then flew home without the money. Now, when he got back to the States, guess who the fuck was waiting for him? Guess who was waiting for him? Motherfucking FBI was waiting to arrest him as soon as he got off the plane. They were expecting him to have that $10,000 with him. That was their reasoning for coming to arrest him, because it looked like he was doing dirty dealings. The money was to make it seem like he was doing dirty dealings on behalf of another Russian agent. I guess he was in Russia, I guess. But that wasn't the case. He didn't come home with the money. He didn't have the money on him. Like I said, guys, the entire Russia collusion hoax was to run interference for Barack Obama, because Barack Obama spied on Trump illegally, and Trump won anyway, and they were afraid they were going to get found out, and they didn't want to go to fucking jail, so they created a whole collusion hoax to make it seem like it was justified. That's it. Period. Clint say Obama knew everything that was going on. Obama had a third term under Biden. I don't care what none of y'all say. He's the only president who didn't leave D.C. and go back home. He has a residence in D.C. I think Obama was pulling the strings from wherever the fuck he lived in D.C. Period. Full stop. We did a whole shout out to Jonah. Shout out to Troublemaker Jonah. We did a whole stream about West Exec Partners. You go look up West Exec Partners and see who's on their board. West Exec Partners was responsible for selecting Biden's whole cabinet. Go see who's on there. You know who's on there? I'm going to tell you one name that was on there, John Brennan. John Brennan's a part of the board. Interesting, right? But all of this shit I'm telling you, I'm not making this shit up. The shit came out. The shit came out. And one person that y'all underestimating, and I don't know why. And like I said earlier, he disappointed me with this Epstein shit, but now he's starting to kind of get my trust back for the simple fact that he is pushing back and he threatened to quit. And him and Bondi got in a whole fucking fight. And him and Cash Patel kind of on the outs right now is Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino was 8 months ahead of the news cycle when it came to the Russia collusion shit. If it wasn't for Dan Bongino and his investigation on this shit, along with some other journalists and people that he knew, they might have got away with the whole Russia collusion shit. He cracked the case. He cracked the case almost a year before everybody knew what the fuck was up or what really happened. But none of this shit I'm telling you is shit that I'm making up. All of this shit came out. All of this shit came out. It was all to run cover for Barack Obama and him spying on Trump, then candidate Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election. And the shit just snowballed into what it snowballed into. Crazy part is this. You can't sit here and tell me that the committee and all of that shit that they had, the special counsel with Robert Mueller and all of this other shit, that none of them knew that this was some bullshit. That shit was all a song and dance. That shit was all a dog and pony show to make it seem legit. You do all of this shit and then you come up with he's a sitting president and technically we can't arrest him. We can't. Y'all knew y'all fucked up. Y'all just went through the motions with the Russia collusion hoax. Y'all spent millions of taxpayer dollars on this bullshit, all to save one man. All to throw bail on one man. So like I said, the shit that I just told y'all just now, you're going to hear this shit coming out again in the news. Okay? All right? You're going to find out about Natasha Veselnitskaya. You're going to hear that shit in the news, in the Trump Tower meeting, and her being, her visa being sponsored by the Clinton Foundation. I think you're going to hear about Mike Rogers. I think because he's no longer, and I don't think he's not even part of CIA. I think he's retired or some shit. And him telling Trump they're spying on you. You're going to hear about Carter Page. I mean, you're going to hear about the Carter Page 2-hop rule, using Carter Page as a pretext to getting the warrant that they should have got in the first place. Getting a proper warrant, which they should have pursued in the first place if they really wanted to do this shit. You'll hear about that. You're going to hear about George Papadopoulos and them trying to entrap him. You're going to hear about that. You're going to hear about Kevin Kleinsmith, the FBI lawyer who altered the CIA document to get the fucking warrant on Carter Page, who has been now excommunicated from the fucking FBI. You can look up the Kevin Kleinsmith shit right now if you want to. So now you're going to hear this shit. Like Hoteps, we're always ahead of the fucking shit. We're the ones you need to be listening to. Now, do I think that Obama going to jail? No. Come on. No, he's not. Nope. Nope. He's not going to jail. I would be shocked if they fucking put him in cuffs and make it seem like his ass is being indicted. He's just as Teflon as Trump, if not more untouchable than Trump. Period. Now, again, this is all fucking a distraction from the Epstein shit. I don't like that shit because this shit has already been put to bed. It's already been put to bed. I still want the fucking Epstein shit, but Epstein wasn't where this shit started and stopped. I've been putting fucking fire on the fucking Twitter timeline. I'm putting fucking fire on the Twitter timeline right now. And I can't get no traction for some reason with my videos. I've been putting fire. I can show you right now on TikTok. Putting fire on TikTok's timeline. I'm getting thousands of views on TikTok. I put up a video about what I'm telling y'all right now. I got 5 fucking views because TikTok's even suppressing it. Instagram, which is TikTok. Again, Hotep's been told you about that. I'm telling y'all, Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg bought TikTok and y'all don't know it yet. I told y'all that shit back in January. Again, made a video about it, but I digress. They're going to suppress this whole story as much as possible. But Obama ain't going to jail, y'all. Obama ain't going to jail. Obama ain't getting no bracelets put on his fucking wrist. He not gonna get marched into the fucking. They might do some bullshit ass Capitol Hill fucking charade, but he won't get no cuffs on. He won't do no time in prison. I promise you that. Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg. Just go look. This is what I want y'all to do, right? And I pointed this shit out in January. Go look at the interface on TikTok. Go look at the interface on Instagram. It's the fucking same interface. TikTok now got fucking stories, just like Facebook got stories. When you're scrolling on TikTok, it has the same type of user interface screen as fucking Instagram now. It's a bunch of shit that look the same now. So what it seems like is Zuckerberg bought TikTok but kept all the same developers and let TikTok operate the way TikTok operate. He just owns it. Until I guess whenever Meta takes it over, I'm assuming. Now, I don't even think it's going to get a face arrest, y'all. I don't think we're going to get a fake arrest, y'all. Free Obama shirts will feed the streets. I should get on that shit right now. I should make a, like I did with Trump. I should make a fucking, one of them like 3-6 Mafia or Cash Money Records fucking, album covers with Obama's face and start selling them bitches. Instagram ruling it with the reels. Yeah, I've been getting some traction on Instagram too, but like I said, when I put out shit like this, it shit gets no traction. Well, I've been working, I've been grinding. I got stuff. You know, it's the summertime. Kids got activities and shit. You know, I just gotta get that bread. You know, now if I was making good money off the YouTube shit and the kick shit, then I wouldn't have to be out here doing my like side hustles and stuff like that. But got bills and shit. You know. Oh, it'll be fucking bedlam in the streets. You know what I mean? That is true, Sauce. That is true. It might be a Democrat recovery program publicity stunt. It could very well backfire. It could very well backfire. But he's guilty of the shit. But not only is Obama guilty of spying on Trump illegally, the whole Russia collusion hoax was made to validate the spying. Made. AstroTurfed to validate the spying. It was all a lie from Jump Street to cover for Obama and Hillary. He ain't the only person in it. Obama and Hillary. Seth Rich knew. Seth Rich found out. What happened to him? What's up, Andres? I don't know if you trolling, but yeah, we already on that train, bro. We already on that train, you know. Anyway, remember Seth Rich, yo? Y'all remember Seth Rich? Seth Rich found out about he got I guess he found all of the emails and shit for Hillary. Remember that? Next thing you know, he did in the streets of Georgetown, botched robbery. Dead man can't tell no tales, right? Allegedly, he wasn't even dead. Allegedly, they killed him in the hospital, but I digress. But we all know that we need to look at that. I got a video I want y'all to watch on the suffrage shit. Shout out to the Truth Cat, Truth Factory. We need Truth Factory to come back. They shut her up. They shut the Truth Factory cat up. She did a video on the Ukraine Russia shit, and then she did a video on some Israel shit, and then next thing you know, we heard no more from her. We didn't hear nothing else from her. Wild. But don't forget about that. There was a lot of shit that happened in that time. There was a lot of shit that happened in that time to cover up for illegal spying. Trump was right all along. When he went to that podium and he said they spied on me, they wiretapped Trump Tower, they wiretapped Trump Tower. He didn't say that shit all willy-nilly. Again, I'm going to say allegedly. Mike Rogers, deputy director of the CIA, told Trump, hey, they tapped you. They spied you. They spied on you. Then Trump, the very next day, moved his entire fucking campaign to Bedminster, New Jersey, until they got Trump Tower swept. Think about it. Let's wiretap Trump Tower, set up a fake fucking meeting between Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. I think it was Eric Trump, with this agent, Natasha Veselnitskaya, that works for the DNC and the Clinton Foundation, to make it look like Trump's working with Russia to circumvent the 2016 election. And they didn't even talk about fucking election anything. I think when she got in the meeting, she was talking about Russian orphans or some shit like that. They was talking about fucking Russian orphans. You know? Hold on, y'all, because this shit ain't working right. Let's turn it off, because I don't know why it's not changing. I'm gonna sneeze my ass off, y'all. Football season started for the kids, so I've been out there coaching my son's team. You know, I'm one of the assistant coaches, and I've been doing the exercises with him. My old ass is sore as a bitch, and I've been in the grass. I'm sitting here, I'm just tired. What up, E? Got Emmanuel Presley in the building. What's up, Jackson? Jackson Schofield in the building. Yeah. They thought he had a thumb drive on him. They thought he had a thumb drive on him. They thought he had a thumb drive on him. You know? That is funny. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I let my moderators do what they do. I let my moderators do what they do. You know what I mean? Who's running the shit? I don't know. They, them, the collective. That's what I like to call them. It ain't Obama running it. He just wanted. He wanted the generals. I think Obama had a third term under Biden. I think Obama was calling all of the shots, honestly, especially when he went when Biden went missing, and then they came back with that fucking deep fake fucking uh, press conference or whatever it was, that's public service announcement, especially back then. You know, would you say also 4 a.m. MCC person blew the whistle on the old Steen and then silence. Hey, the rulers of the realm. I like that. But like I said, y'all think I'm joking? Go look up West. We did, me and Jonah. I remember Jonah called in impromptu, and he put his D on that West Exec Partners, and I was like, oh shit, look at this shit. You can't. I'm telling you, guys. All the world's a stage, man. So, I don't think Obama. I don't think Obama gets frog marched. I don't think he gets fucking goon handed. I don't think he gets any bracelets. I don't think he gets fucking pulled by the scruff of his neck into the fucking precinct. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're using this as to run cover for the Epstein shit. Because again, I'll tell you this again, people. The Epstein stuff got killed because Bibi said that shit can't come out. Not only did Bibi say that shit can't come out, right? Not only did Bibi say that shit can't come out, Langley and the powers that be here said that shit can't come out because Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein were government assets. Told y'all that. Everything that they did was at the behest of, in my opinion, Five Eyes. Everything that they did was at the behest of Five Eyes. Mostly Mossad and Langley. Could you imagine if they let out those files, right? And then we find out that those two were government agents and they were curating all that good blackmail for the American and Israeli government. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's why that shit ain't come out. Oh, it's because Trump's on the list. If Trump was on that list, the Democrats would have fucking used that shit to make sure he did not win 2024. They'd have used that shit. Not only would they use that shit to make sure he didn't win 2024, they would have used that shit to make sure that they could have impeached him during his first term. But guess what? All that information, that shit was some espionage shit for two government factions to keep their fucking boot on the neck of people that they needed to keep control of. And they still need it. We'll find out in fucking 40 years what the fuck was going on and what Epstein did. Epstein wasn't even the fucking ringleader. In my opinion, Ghislaine Maxwell was the fucking handler. And Epstein was the useful idiot. That's why he's dead and she's not. He was expendable. None of his money was his. None of his properties was his. And his influence was AstroTurf. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all that. That shit would have been came out if Trump was on that shit. There you go, E. And then the fucking court document that showed Trump on it, it got thrown out because the bitch was lying. We covered that on my show. We covered it. As a matter of fact, it should be in the thumbnail. I forgot, maybe a couple years ago we covered it. We covered it on the show. She made this shit up because she wanted to be famous. And she tried it twice. But I'm going to tell you all this again because I got to get out of here. Obama and Obama's DOJ wiretapped Trump Tower and was spying on Trump illegally and without any just cause, solely to get dirt and opposition research to help Hillary win the 2016 election. And when that shit went south for them and Trump won, they got panicked, they got scared. He's going to find out. And then they had to backtrack and create a whole narrative to justify their spying. Bruh, remember that? The Anthony Weiner files where they said that they got that laptop and they was fucking crying. Some of them police officers like, what the fuck is this shit? Huma Abedin, her ass. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. If you really want to know what the fuck is going on, I said this shit, made a video about it. Epstein wasn't the only inroad, man. Abercrombie and Fitch CEO and his fucking boyfriend and some other people was running a sex trafficking ring since 2015. You don't think they was running in the same circles as Epstein was running in? If they was running one since 2015, it probably might have been longer than that. You need to press that nigga and see what he know. But now all of a sudden he got dementia. Oh, the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch has dementia. He doesn't remember anything. Bullshit. Go press him. Go press his little boyfriend and the other motherfucker that you fucking you arrested and find out what they know. I guarantee they know some shit. They was on some Les Wexner shit. Will we get mad at January 6th happen again? January 6th, a whole nother thing. We covered that shit too. We covered that shit. Guess what happened when I covered the January 6th shit, especially the January 6th committee shit? What was happening, guys, in the chat? I kept getting suspended. I was listening to it. I was fucking wearing their asses out, poking holes in all of that shit, especially that Cassidy Hutchinson fucking testimony. And I kept getting suspended by YouTube, and they kept taking my shit down. It still lives on Rumble. It still lives over on Rumble. It still lives over on Rumble. Nancy Pelosi was the mastermind behind what happened there. Maybe Mike Pence. Did y'all know, before I get off about that whole January 6th thing, did y'all know? Hold on, let's do this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. All right. Did y'all know that, and again, another fire fucking video. Did y'all know Nancy Pelosi's daughter was there filming a documentary the day? Did y'all know Nancy Pelosi's daughter was there filming a documentary the day January 6th happened? She just so happened to be there filming a documentary on QAnon the day January 6th happened. How interesting is that? Her daughter just so happened to be there that day at the very time all of that shit went down and just so happened to document it all. Before it came out in the news, I covered it. I made a video about it saying that Trump asked for 10,000 National Guard troops just in case shit got spicy and people showed up on some dumb shit. Nancy Pelosi and Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C., denied the request of D.C. Metro to get a little overtime and go work that shit and the National Guard troops to be there because they wanted the optics that they got. And it's funny that Trump was still speaking when they was fucking running down on the fucking Capitol. Unless the motherfuckers can run a 5-minute fucking mile, that shit is impossible. And they just so happened to start attacking the Capitol just right when they were about to vote on sending back and running back, sending the votes back to the states to recertify. I'm sure Chuck Schumer was in on that shit, but Nancy Pelosi she got all the pull. She said it wasn't important. It was very important. Let's document this shit. We gotta document it and show it so we can have this shit all over the news. So you got a lot of willfully ignorant people out here that just won't do the research or don't want to believe what's being put out there because they got blind allegiance. If Trump was on that Epstein list and Trump was doing some dumb shit, I'd be like, fuck Trump. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. He gotta fucking go. Nobody finds it funny that everybody in Washington hates him. Nobody finds it funny that everybody in Washington hates him. Everybody. This is the man that he's lost money as the president. This is the same man that said, if you're going to be in my cabinet, you got to fill out this, you got to sign this contract saying that you won't lobby for the next 5 years because I need you to stand 10 toes down. I need to make sure you solid and you don't belong to some fucking special interest. That's the same guy. The same guy that stepped down from his company and gave the company to his kids so there was no conflict in interest as him being the president. Same guy. That's a nice boat. Is that Matt? Ain't man. Same guy. You see how the government treated protesters? I'm not gonna say everybody at January 6th was good because we know not everybody was down there. I did a video on the boy Epps. Y'all know Epps. I can't even say his name on the stream because they might nuke this stream right now for me saying his name. Epps. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You must go into the Capitol. That guy. We covered that guy. What happened to me, guys, when I covered him? Suspension. YouTube suspended me for putting him on the Summer Jam screen. So like I said, guys, I told y'all what y'all need to look out for on this Obama shit. You'll hear that shit come out. You'll be, damn, Cannon said that shit. Cannon said that shit. Damn, Cannon said that shit. But the shit was already out. Just people don't want to believe it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. We got movie night tonight. It's going to be a little later, though. Movie night tonight is going to be a little later. It's probably going to be more around 9:30. My son got football practice till 8 o'clock. Yeah, Rashad, yeah, Big Ray. Yeah, we're gonna go with Ray Sean. Yeah, Big Ray. Yeah. Epps? Epps ain't even get put. They took him off the most wanted list the next day. That's the crazy part. And then did a whole expose on him, exonerating him. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, I don't know what we're gonna watch tonight. I'm thinking Money Talks. Some reason I want to watch Money Talks. Maybe we watch Money Talks. I don't know. We already watched Wag the Dog. Wag the Dog would be perfect for what's going on right now. But maybe we do Money Talks. We just do a little palate cleanser. We'll see. Revante. Anyway, if you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream. Let people know we live. We were live. You want to leave, you want to donate to the channel? $Can. All right, my bad, y'all. But like I said, you want to donate to the channel? $Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Both Super Chats and Kick subscriptions and follows are always welcome, guys. Every little bit goes back into the channel. Anyway, until next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss. And don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Don't worry about today.